Hey, what's up everybody? Rob Marzullo here, Ram Studio Comics. Welcome back. So today I want to work through a couple expressions with you. So these are always fun to practice and really a good thing to do almost daily, if not daily. Well, if you're doing comics, you're going to be doing them daily because you're going to be drawing your comic and your characters will have expressions. So I guess you do practice this daily. Whether or not you stop to restudy and repractice, that could be a different story. Alright, so what we're going to do here is a bit of a surprise kind of expression. And I'll just show you the way that I work through this. And this isn't very structured. Obviously in other videos, excuse me, I show you the ones where I kind of draw out more foundational elements to the head. Here I'm just going right for it with the simple line down the middle, line across. Especially when I do open mouth expressions, I tend to just place it based on shapes really quick and then move things around because whenever you get in the habit of drawing the head shape and then doing the open mouth expression, you can oftentimes just kind of feel like you're running out of face. Sounds kind of funny, but it's kind of true. Like it changes so much from this type of expression that you almost need to get that into place first and then construct the face around it. At least that's the way I feel it to work a little bit better anyways. So with a lot of expressions, majority of it is going to be in the basic shapes and then the expression of the eyes. So for instance, if you do this like pretty dramatic, almost yelling pose like this, or yelling expression I should say, but then you give them just regular eyes. So I'll try to draw some regular eyes and tell you what I mean here. So let's say the eyes are just kind of, just a regular expression, something like that, which looks kind of weird because it's so rough right now, but it doesn't match the expression of the open mouth. And that's a big problem that I think a lot of artists, when they're starting out, it's what they tend to do. So you have to make the expressions really fit together. So let's try something a little bit different. I'll just soft erase this back. And actually the eyes are too close together anyways, I feel like. And let's get these really kind of wide open, rounding to the top like this, rounding to the bottom. So they're really just kind of stretching wide open to take in all the information, whether it be impending danger or excitement or whatever. You can also reinforce this with the really tiny pupils. So you can see rather quickly it has a lot different effect than what we just had a moment ago with almost no additional work. And then the other thing that you can do is you can take the pupil area, the colored part of the eye, and you can have white on both the top and bottom of it, and that will also reinforce that fear or excitement in the eyes. So generally when you see an eye, it's kind of relaxed and it's like this. The pupil doesn't quite touch the top eyelid. If it does, then the person will automatically look tired. Well, in this case, it looks like they're looking up, but you can get the idea that if the eye lid is drooping down, hitting the eye, it's either a sign of being tired, or if you do the brow down like this, and like this, and you're gonna have someone that looks angry. So it's just those very subtle changes really that change the expression quite a bit, and a lot of it is in the eye. So that reinforced with the shape of the mouth, and obviously got a pretty funky nose going on here. There's other things you can do with the nose as far as the nose being upturned or snarled, so you could have a nose that's just kind of normal like this, and then you could take that same nose and you could bring up the nostrils a bit, and you can reinforce that with the tension on the laugh lines or cheeks or whatever. And you can start to do that, and then you can also put the little wrinkles that kind of come into the nose if somebody's really grimacing or straining or whatever. So you can get into that a little bit. But the nose is a little bit less as defined as far as an emotion goes. It's really in the eyes and the mouth. That's why I really wanted to focus on this, because that's where you're going to get predominantly most of your feeling and expressiveness rather quickly, and then you can kind of fill in the rest and not not worry too much about it. Now, likewise the eyebrows. So if you were to take the eyebrows and tilt them back, just real quick here, then they're a little bit more on guard, scared, frightened, surprised still. Where maybe if you took this expression, let's see if we can copy it. Just my layer editor. Duplicate this real quick. Move it over. So let's try the same thing, but let's go ahead and give them downturned eyebrows. Now, it wouldn't really match the way the eyes are, but it's always fun to experiment with this type of stuff. So you could almost throw it in and say that he's surprised, but still kind of becoming angered as he's surprised. You can really mix up the emotions. I think that's sometimes how you're going to get the most impactful kind of dynamic shots. It's really easy to, like I've always say on this channel, it's really easy to get in the habit of drawing the same thing over and over again because you get comfortable and you go, well, I'm just going to draw this face, it'll work, and you justify it in your mind when really, as you progress, you look back and you go, goodness, why would I use that expression for every panel? It just doesn't make sense. So as you become more comfortable with drawing, you venture out and you do a lot more expressions, a lot more dynamic differences in your body poses and things like that. So this is kind of an example of that, where you could go with this is an entirely different expression, and then if we take it again one more time, and let's move these over. I always love drawing by comparison because you learn so much in this process. This is a really helpful way to kind of do your studies. So let's move this over again, and now let's change the eye shape to further further push the anger side of it. So we went from basically a scared, surprised look to a slightly almost maybe like he almost looks like I don't understand what's going on. I'm mad, I'm upset, I'm sad, I don't know what I am. And then over here, let's just make it straight anger. So now the eyes are going to be more squinted. We could leave one open and one shut. And that's the other thing about eyes. You can do that as well. That's another interesting way to change it up. You could do an offset, one eyebrow up, that kind of thing. It's always kind of a neat way to do an expression. And yeah, let's try to do it like this. So he's squinting. You can put the squints to the side of the eyes. Forgive me, my symmetry is lacking here today. And let's bring the eyebrows down even further. So let's go like way low with them. We really want to push the anger. Something like this. Lots of wrinkles in between the brows as they compress together. They push the skin. Again, you can do the wrinkles on the nose. You can do the wrinkles and the squinting of the eyes, and likewise we can bring the eyes up and the pupil getting slightly covered. But it's real kind of it's easy to get this one wrong, so you got to kind of play with it, but you just want just enough where he doesn't look tired. You don't want this angry tired look. You want this angry I'm gonna punch something type look. So something like this, little glares, a little drop shadow on the iris. Okay. Should probably give him some nostrils so he can breathe there. But yeah, so hopefully you can see that, just from that alone, you got this surprised, what's going on type look, this little bit of anger along with the surprise, and then straight anger. And we really didn't change anything but the eyes. I mean, obviously the mouth does make this one work, like he's yelling, he's angry, upset. It goes along with the eye expression pretty well. But it's funny how little changes like this can do, so much for the drawing. You can change it right around so quickly just with these tiny little revisions. And And plus, just doing the revisions side by side to me is just so helpful. Like now, if we take this one, we'll do one more kind of change. Let's bring these up. And I'll let you guys get back to your drawing. Be enough studying for today. Let's bring this down to here, and let's scale it down just a little bit. Also remember to flip your work. I'm not doing it here, but it would help you spot, like I have some symmetry issues with the eyebrows and things like that. Just remember that flipping your work helps you to fix that, or just look at it in a mirror, stuff like that. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll take this and we'll get rid of that. And you know, he's got the mad look to the eyes, right? But now we're just going to basically take the mouth, and you know, we could do a couple things. If we wanted to make it a mix of emotions again, we could have him doing kind of a sneer, a little bit of a grin, give him more top teeth and just a little bit of bottom teeth. Maybe all just top teeth. It would probably match the look better. But you can see how, because of that information in the eyes, and just simply changing this to a smile, a very different concept altogether as far as emotion than what you've got up top there, top right. And then likewise, if we were to take this further and do a big open mouth pose, we could bring this down to here. And now he's kind of talking, so we could shade some of this. You still get some of the upper teeth, and probably a little bit less of it if he's actually talking. And then a little bit of the bottom teeth down there. Something like that. So hopefully you can see it. Sorry this is so messy. I tend to not try to make the artwork this messy as I'm explaining it, but I kind of wanted to. I kind of want to show you the necessary stage of sketching. Like, you really want to let your sketches be sketches. You know, get them in there nice and rough. Get some ideas down. Conceptualize. Refinement can come later, but you really just want to experiment with these ideas, and expressions are going to be there's so many of them. You really need to do that. Get them down rather quickly and see what you can come up with. And like I said, be open to making changes to the existing artwork like this. You learn a lot in this process, and just make lots and lots of variations so that you don't feel yourself getting stuck with doing that same old boring kind of face pose or whatever. That's real easy to get in those mental ruts and just doing the same thing over and over again. Definitely something you want to fight in any kind of storytelling, because you need to tell all these variety of stories and panels. Last thing you want to do is be drawing the same thing over and over again. I'll do one more mouth pose. I actually enjoy doing this type of stuff. It's good times. Good times. All right, so nose. And then let's just take it another way and say, to show the difference of these two, let's just put a bit of a pout. So just the stretched out, unflinching face. Not too happy right now. Just something like that. So yeah, and you can just go on and on and on. So hopefully this will be a good exercise for you to try, and hopefully gain something from watching this video. Let me know what you think. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, and I appreciate you watching today. More on the way real soon. Keep drawing, keep having fun, and bye for now.